Welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Medzi, and we have a great show for you today. First topic we'll be covering is recapping the American League games from yesterday. After that, we'll be recapping the National League games. Then we'll be going to some other baseball news, including Josh Young getting injured for the Texas Rangers and Mike Clevinger re-signing with the Chicago White Sox. Now, before we do that, I would like to ask you to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get run in the air, please use the link gsmcpodcast.net. Really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you so much for that, and let's get straight into the show today. All right, so the first topic we'll be talking about is, like most days, recapping games from yesterday, and we'll be starting with the American League, and let's get straight into it. So the first game I'll be going to is an interleague game, but as I've said in the past, I choose interleague games for what's late to talk about in the segment by who won. So this was a Mets-Tigers game, and the Tigers won. So let's talk about it. Not a very exciting game until the 10th. We had Sean Manaea in his Mets debut, pitched really, really well. 6 innings, only giving up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Was really, really strong in his Mets debut. He's a guy they're really going to look forward to being a big part of their rotation this year, especially now with the injury of Senga, but came over in a big signing from the Giants and done really, really well so far. Had 5 no-hit innings to start, so really could not ask for any better debut for him. So it was scoreless until extra innings at the top of the 10th. The Tigers were up. Colt Keith reached on a fielding error by second baseman Joey Wendell. Spencer Torkelson scored, and Parker Meadows then went to second. So I was actually at the Mets game from yesterday, and it was not fun, I'll tell you that. So the Joey Wendell error was not good at all. It was very, very bad. It was clearly an error. The guy's known for his glove, so I don't know what he was doing there. After that, in the top of the 10th, Javi Baez hit a sacrifice fly to Brandon Nimmo, scoring Parker Meadows, making it 2-0 Detroit. Baez was getting booed all game in every single at-bat every time he tried fielding the ball well, or he was just around the ball. You know, he left on a pretty sour note to most Mets fans after the thumbs down incident. I don't personally have any ill feelings towards him, but I know a lot of Mets fans do. So he was booed all the time during the game yesterday, and I'm assuming it was nice for him to score a run for the Tigers and get an RBI against the fan base that was booing him all game. After that, the big blow came. Carson Kelly's hitting a 3-run homer in the top of the 10th, making it 5-0 for the Tigers, which just killed any life the Mets would have and got them to win the game 5-0. So another disappointing game for the Mets, starting the season 0-4, the first time since 2005. Just really inexcusable at this point. You cannot start the season 0-5. Now, 0-4, not 0-5. So there are some things to be hopeful about with the Mets. You still don't have JD Martinez. The pitching has looked really, really strong, but the bats need to step up. If the guys like Alonso and Lindor aren't hitting well, no one's going to hit well. So I think the hitting has to step up. The pitching's done really well so far, and we'll see what happens when JD Martinez comes up. We'll see what happens as the season goes on, but not a great start to the season for the Mets right now. Tigers are now 4-0 to start the season, which great for them. I mean, I think this was the year they were finally trying to be competitive, and it's worked out so far. They've been really well, so good for them, and I like their young team. I have them finishing second in the AL Central, so really nice job by them. After that, we got the biggest game of the day, of yesterday, which everyone was talking about, of course, and that was, you already know, Astros Blue Jays. I think we all know why it was being talked about, but we'll go over the game, the scoring anyways. In the bottom of the first, Kyle Tucker hit a 2-run home run to score Jose Altuve, making it 2-0. Then Yainer Diaz followed that up in the same inning with a solo home run himself, making it 3-0. After that, Jeremy Pena hit a home run, making it 4-0. Jake Meyers hit a RBI single, making it 5-0 Astros in the bottom of the fourth. After that, Jeremy Pena hit another RBI in the bottom of the sixth, hitting a single to center field, scoring Jose Altuve and Chas McCormick. Kyle Tucker then hit another home run to make it 9-0 in the bottom of the seventh, and Yainer Diaz did the same to make it 10-0. So a great hitting day by the Astros there. Really blew up Bowden Francis. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 home runs allowed, 11.81 ERA. Not a great start for him, but I think the start many people were focusing on more was the Astros starting pitcher there, Ronel Blanco. A 30-year-old who only made his MLB debut at 28 years old, really is just a random guy, and he had a complete game no-hitter. A no-hitter in today's day and age that was by himself, no other pitchers. Just a really incredible story. The earliest no-hitter in baseball for a season, the 5th game of the season, of course. So, yeah, just a really incredible story all around. Really happy for this guy, and the Astros getting swept at home by the Yankees. They really needed some momentum, and I think this is the perfect thing to get them going. So just a great job by the Astros to hit well, and then also, of course, have a no-hitter. So really just a great job by the Astros here all together yesterday. Just really couldn't ask for more. So I'm glad they are getting momentum going, and I think you want to see that going into the season now after the rough start versus the Yankees. After that now, we are going to be talking about Royals-Orioles. So this was actually a pretty nice game. In the top of the third, Bobby Witt Jr. hit his second home run of the year, making it 1-0 Kansas City to get the lead on early. After that, in the same inning, Salvador Perez hit a 2-run homer to score Vinny Pasquantino, making it 3-0 Baltimore early. 3-0 Kansas City early, I should say, sorry. After that, in the bottom of the fourth, the Orioles started to fight back a little. Anthony Santander hit an RBI single, scoring Adley Rutschman. Then Ryan Mountcastle homered and tied up the game 3-3. Bottom of the eighth now, Ryan Mountcastle hit another RBI, scoring Gunnar Henderson with an RBI single, making it 4-3 Baltimore. Michael Garcia in the top of the ninth hit a sacrifice fly to Anthony Santander, tying the game up 4-4. And in the bottom of the ninth, Jordan Westerberg hit a walk-off home run, making it 6-4 Baltimore, capping off a great game for this young Orioles team that is looking to do more damage like last year. So a really great job of the Orioles for fighting back and coming back from an early deficit and winning the game on a walk-off with one of their younger players in Jordan Westerberg. Really nice job. Dean Kramer went 5 1/3 for them, gave up 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 2 home runs, but also only a walk. So an okay start by him. Definitely could have been better, but 3 earned runs over 5 1/3 could have been worse. The 2 home runs is something to worry about, but only 1 walk is good. I think he needs to strike out a little more people as well, but overall was still okay. Craig Kimball's first appearance for the Baltimore Orioles was a blown save, which is not great, but it is 2024. I don't really know how competitive Craig Kimball is going to be for a team. After that, we had the Royals. Michael Wacha in his Royals debut went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, struck out 5. An okay start for him. I think he's only going to get better with this Royals team. I think he's a really great pitcher and a really great signing by the Royals in general. So, overall, not too worried about him. It was also a fine outing. So, good job by him, and good job for the Royals' new additions to come through. Even though they didn't win, they still had a nice game there. After that, now we'll be talking about Angels-Marlins. So for this game, we're going to start off with the bottom of the first. Jake Burger hit an RBI single to Mickey Moniak, scoring Luis Arias. And in the same inning, Jazz Chisholm hit an RBI single to score Josh Bell and move Jake Burger to second. Then Nick Gordon, the newest Marlin, hit an RBI double, scoring Jake Burger and Jazz Chisholm, moving Jesus Sanchez to third, making it 4-0 Marlins, coming out strong out of the gate here. Really blowing up the Angels starting pitcher here. But Angels started to fight back a little. Top of the second, Aaron Hicks hit an RBI groundout, making it 4-1. Then Mike Trout hit a long home run, top 4. Apparently went 473 feet, which is pretty incredible. Mike Trout having a bounce-back season would be great for baseball and great for fans, especially me, fans of my age who grew up watching him. You always love Mike Trout. Always want to see him do well. Top of the sixth now, Nolan Shanuel hit a home run as well, making it 4-3 Miami. They're fighting back. And Mike Trout hit another home run, his third of the season, tying the game up, making it 4-4. A really, really strong start to the season for Mike Trout. You'd love to see it. Then, top of the eighth, Taylor Ward grounded out sharply, getting an RBI for him, scoring a Angels run, making it 5-4. And the ninth, Joe Adell gave an insurance run to make it 6-4. And Mike Trout was up batting, and the pitcher balked, and Joe Adell scored, so making a 7-4 Angels. So a really strong outing by the Angels team to come back after a strong first inning by the Marlins. Really nice job for them not to give up, keep going, and I think it's a really good sign for them. Max Meyer in his MLB debut gave up 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a homer over 5 innings. Not a horrible outing, but definitely could have been better. So it's encouraging for the young guy. I will say, by the way, I made a mistake. It is not his MLB debut. It's his debut for this year. I meant to say that, sorry. But yeah, still a really young pitcher, Max Meyer, a guy I think a lot of people are very high on, and I would agree. Third overall pick for a reason. So this is a guy I'm definitely watching over the next few years, especially being on this Marlins team that really knows how to develop pitchers. So yeah, going to be interested to watch him and see how he goes forward. After that, the Angels, Chase Silsleth, he went 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts. So not a great outing, but might have gotten unlucky with that error before. So yeah, I still think he might have a strong season with them. I still think he's a good pitcher, so we'll see how he goes off of this now in the future. Next, we had Rangers-Rays. In the top of the first, Josh Young hit his second home run of the season, making it 3-0 Texas. Top 6, Josh Young then hit an RBI single, making it 4-0 Texas. He then stole second base, which caused Evan Carter to score from a throwing error from catcher Rene Pinto. Jared Walsh scored to make it 6-0 in the top of the 6th. He's RBI single, to make it 6-0 Texas in the top of the 6th. An amazing game for Josh Young. Really, really strong, which makes the news I'm going to talk about later in the show more unfortunate. Richie Palacios then hit his first home run as a Tampa Bay Ray, making it 6-1. Jose Siri then hit a 2-run homer, making it 6-3. Looked like the Rays might be coming back a little, but then Adolis Garcia put the hammer down, hitting a solo home run, his third of the season, making it 7-0 Texas. Then he got hit by a pitch, scoring a run, making it 8-3. Then Josh Smith walked, scoring, which then scored Corey Seager to make it 9-3 Texas. So a really strong game by Texas to beat a good Rays team. Obviously, the more unfortunate news was Josh Young, their starting third baseman, is going to be out for a little while with a fractured wrist. I will be after getting hit by a pitch. That will be a segment on its own, which I'll be talking about, so I'm not going to go too deeply into that. But yeah, really bad blow for the Rangers there. Next, we had Red Sox Athletics. So for this game, we first had in the top of the first, Tristan Casas hitting an RBI single, scoring Jarren Duran. Then Sedena Rafaela hit a sacrifice fly, scoring Masataka Yoshida. Then a throwing error by right fielder Lawrence Butler scored a run for the Red Sox, making it 3-0. Manuel Valdez then scored from another throwing error, this time by the first baseman Ryan Noda. Sedena Rafaela hit another sacrifice fly to make it 5-0. Jarren Duran hit an RBI single to make it 6-0. Trevor Story hit an RBI double to make it 8-0. And Masataka Yoshida grounded to a force out, scoring a run, making it 9-0 Boston. No surprise here. Oakland's really, really awful. I mean, there's really nothing else to say here. No surprise that the Red Sox won like they did. They also sent down one of their better players in Esteury Ruiz, the A's did, for some reason. That was really strange. I want to talk about it today, but I don't have time, so I wanted to mention it here. So that was another strange move by them. Joe Boyle, who a lot of people were predicting to have a really strong season with the A's, did not have a great start. 2 2/3 innings. He went 7 earned runs, 4 walks, a 23.63 ERA. Not good at all. Kyle Muller was really strong in relief, though, going 5 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 earned run and 6 strikeouts. So a really nice job by him. Maybe a guy the A's can look to as a future. For the Red Sox, Tanner Houck had a really, really strong outing. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Yes, it is against the A's, but still, any outing like that you can always build off of. So a really strong start there by Tanner Houck. So something to be encouraged about if you are a Red Sox fan. After that, we had Guardians-Mariners. In the bottom of the second, Ty France hit an RBI single, making it 1-0 Seattle. Then Dominic Canzone hit a 3-run homer in the same inning, bottom of the second, to make it 4-0 Seattle. So a great start by them. But then Cleveland started to come back. Stephen Kwan hit an RBI, scoring Ramon Laureano, making it 4-1. Andres Jimenez then hit a sacrifice fly, making it 4-2. Luis Arias then in the bottom of the fifth scored some insurance for Seattle, making it 5-2 after walking with the bases loaded. Tyler Freeman hit a home run to make it 5-3, and Josh Naylor hit a solo home run in the top of the eighth, making it 5-4 Seattle. Looked like the Guardians were coming back a little, but that's all she wrote, and they would not score after that. So a nice job by the Guardians to come back, but they didn't win, but still a nice job, I think, for this young team. So you would like to see them win next time, but nice job trying to get the comeback. Tristan McKenzie had a not great start, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, a home run given up. Not great, but I think he's still going to be really good this season, and he's a guy I'm definitely watching. After that, for Seattle, we had Emerson Hancock have a really nice outing, going 5 1/3, giving up only 3 earned runs, a walk, a strikeout, and a home run. So not the best, but still pretty good in my opinion, and for a young guy who has a lot of potential like himself, I would be very encouraged if I was a Mariners fan. And the last game of the AL, we had Yankees-Diamondbacks. Yes, an interleague game, but I think you can guess who won because I'm talking about it for the AL. So we had Oswaldo Cabrera in the top of the second, hitting an RBI, scoring Anthony Volpe, making it 1-0. Gleyber Torres then hit an RBI double, making it 2-0 New York. Volpe hit another RBI, making it 3-0. The on-base percentage leader in the AL, Volpe, so great start to the season by him. Austin Wells then hit a sacrifice fly, making it 5-0 after a throwing error by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Ketel Marte tried to get some insurance back for the Diamondbacks, making it 5-1 on a sacrifice fly, and another one in the bottom of the seventh, but it was no match as the Yankees would end up winning 5-2. So a really strong time by the Yankees, really giving Ryan Nelson a hard day. 2 1/3 innings, 4 earned runs, 5 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. So really, really great start by the Yankees to the season. Still undefeated, so I don't think you can ask for anything better than that. For the Yankees, they had Luis Gil on the mound, who just won the 5th starting spot in spring training, going 4 2/3 innings, giving up only an earned run. So really great start by him, and really great start for the Yankees overall in this season. So yeah, that is my first segment of the show today, recapping the AL games. We're going to go to a break here, but before that, we'll be showing our second segment, which is going to be about recapping the NL games of yesterday, I should say. So yeah, we'll be talking about that in our second segment, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, see you then, bye.